Final review, Space Stanley. I am not a fan of when anime tries to do any form of comedy because, like, most of the most serious ones that there is, like, say Death Note, try and do jokes in it. The only ones that I can think of that don't have any comedy in them whatsoever, from what I remember, are AOT and possibly Sword Art Online. But anyway, I give Space Dandy a chance because I thought, right, it is 100% comedy. It's not presenting itself as something that is serious in any way. So I give it a chance, and it is hilarious. And also, it turns out it's in the same universe as Cowboy Bebop, which I should have known, considering their currency in both shows are called Wulongs. And I thought, oh, that sounds familiar, but I haven't seen Cowboy Bebop other than the live action one in about 3 years, I'd say. But yeah, this is hilarious, and it turns out that it's also in the same universe as Carol and Tuesday. Also, the show somewhat predicted how the Lucifer show would end, because spoilers, the narrator who turns out to be God says, I have no choice but to stop being God. I need to find someone to replace me. I think you're the best person. And Danny just says, really? Me? That is the stupidest idea ever. I'm not doing it. And like I don't have a problem with at least for being God in the Lucifer show, but it does seem kind of silly. Also, sometimes the show got philosophical, and like I was introduced to the show through an article about like anime that you don't appreciate fully until you're older, and I do understand that with like the way that episode 2 had ended about the what was it, like the noodle shop. Although it was kind of disgusting that the reason why the noodles were tasted so great is because there was tears in it. Also, if they were to make a live action remake of this, it's too bad that the guy that should be playing Dandy is too old, because the only person that I think would be able to do it successfully is Bruce Campbell, but he's in his 60s now. This Twitter as of 4:30 p.m. on Saturday, the 11th of June 2022. I I would have been working in 2 hours or an hour and a half, but I was fired. Um, I told my mum about it, and she expects that in about 2.5 hours, like if I start at 6, they're gonna phone me at half 6, or if I start at half 6, they're gonna phone me at 7, saying, "Where are you? You know you're supposed to be at work right now." Oh yeah, really? Well, you fired me last night, so I don't understand how that's supposed to work. Just like I'm sorry, but this is completely erased everything that I was on break for 3 weeks to try and calm myself after just sheer attacks on me, and I don't mean that in the physical sense, but being bullied for having hay fever by teachers and having other teachers defend it, right? That made me into a monster. I was just always angry. And that break of like 3 weeks or however long it was, that helped me stop being angry. and me being fired from work, and not just fired, but also just you know, them expecting me to know how to do my job when I was never taught how to do the job, etc. That is just completely erased all the progress that I made from being on break. So Nico Amalana is no longer the person I hate the most. It is now my old boss. Anyway, what is white gay privilege? I don't know. I can't be bothered reading this, so what I'm going to assume is that some black gay people are pissed off that. Right, basically. White privilege. Something that the left believes exists, well, or doesn't matter if they are white or not. They all believe that white privilege is a thing. And yes, I am saying that it is not a thing because it isn't. Anyway. So, obviously, they also believe that gay people are oppressed. But from both of these statements, white privilege exists and gay people are oppressed, you can split oppression into a sort of point system. The more points you have, the more oppressed you are. In fact, this already exists. It's called the austerity test. No, that's not right. There's some sort of like quiz you can take to see how you rank on privilege. And anyway, so we'll say that being gay gives you 1 point, and being non-white gives you 1 point. So gay white people have 1 point, and gay non-white people have 2 points. So I guess we should oppress all the gay white people because they're oppressing the gay non-white people. That's homophobic. It isn't really, but there will be some people they'll fight over it. Like, wow, there's homophobic, not the same way that like people who hate Stone Toss argue over whether you should say Stone Toss is a Nazi or not. What? Like, okay, I understand the Batman Unchained thing or whatever it's called. Unburied. Sorry. That's like an audio drama that Audible and or not Audible, Spotify and HBO are doing with like I heard about that, and Winston Duke from Black Panther voices Batman, and I haven't heard it yet. I'm going to listen to it. I haven't got around to it yet. But like apparently, it's so great that Bruce Wayne has a Caribbean accent or head of a Caribbean accent. Why? So Gary, what you're saying is, it was fine. I could handle coronavirus. I can handle monkeypox. I can handle everything else that's happened. But 4 Monster Munch in one packet? This is insanity. Yeah, so I can tell that Monster Munch is not trending. Jennifer Lopez says co-headlining Super Bowl halftime was worst idea in the world. Yeah, because Jennifer Lopez isn't trending. I bet I'm like if yes, a bunch of people in my school who Jennifer Lopez is, most of them, if not all of them, cannot tell you Jennifer Lopez is. I can't even really tell you Jennifer Lopez is. I only know. It feels like there's something caught in my throat, but there isn't. I only know who she is because I watched a show called Shades of Blue, but that was crap. With Jurassic World ending, Bryce Dallas Howard is ready for her next act. Hint, it's not acting. One, I stop saying that Jurassic World is ending. It's not the end of Jurassic. Okay, maybe it's the end of Jurassic World. Maybe they'll make another one called Jurassic Bloody Universe or something. But like, I hate it when these big franchises say that it's the last movie when really it's not the last movie. Like, Resident Evil was fine because Welcome to Raccoon City is in a different universe. But most other movies will say this is the last one when it really isn't. And I know what they're talking about because Bryce will be directing a couple episodes of season 3 of The Mandalorian. Well, guess what? She already directed a couple episodes of seasons 1 and 2 and a couple episodes of Book of Boba Fett. She might have even directed a couple episodes of Obi-Wan. I don't know. So I can't see why Pretty Patel's trending, but you know, she's a Tory, so obviously it's gonna be, oh, she's evil, she belongs in hell, and maybe she has done something evil, but I just don't know because I can't get a clear answer, and I can't be bothered researching it unless I, you know, unless, I just want a tweet that clearly shows out what she has done, without it being like, uh, she bad because other people said so. So, LATAM Brazil. Look at their banner. I don't know what LATAM do, but I just have a feeling that they're a bank. They're an airline. I know that's bad quality, but you can tell what it is. I'm not reading it out again. Life is a Stone Toss cartoon. Look at his first grade pride. Look at all the pride flags. Look at that. Got the trans bit. We got the black bit because black people are a sexuality now. We got whatever the hell that is. We've got what is basically the pride flag, but on its side. But and also the purple is massive. They're the colors of the rainbow bit actually represent something, like individually. Like, say, red equals gay, yellow equals bi, green equals lesbian, etc. Is like they all have separate meanings. Because if so, what does the purple mean? And why is it so massive on this kid's drawing? Also, none of these children are gay. Are bi, lesbian, trans, etc. Because they're first graders. They don't even know what 1 times 1 is. You really think that they're sure that they're gay? Because if so, you are extremely naive. Dylan, they're not showing their support. Yeah, but they probably don't even know what it is that they're supporting. All they know is that their parents, all the buddy cartoons that they're watching, and their teachers are saying that it is good. So, so I support it. Oh, it's good. Oh, I support it then because I'm a good person. And I'm not trying to say that it's bad or anything. It's just that we should stop teaching this to our kids. Like, stuff like multiplication is more important despite what people might say. Oh, but there's no real life use for it. It doesn't matter. Teach them about gay stuff later. By later, I mean years later. Possibly even a decade later. Felicia Sonmez is the Washington Post journalist who had a crap fit over a co-worker retweeting that bipolar bisexual joke. Just got fired for online conduct. Cancel culture is a double-edged sword, always has been. Tickets are still available for the roast of me. July 13th in London. I know, sorry. I'm not reading this.